So I know there's probably already a ton of videos about this, but this is something I feel like I really needed to talk about. So basically, when I was younger, when I was in like junior high, elementary school, high school, all that, I would talk to my mom about how I have this thing that I would call the bad feeling. And basically what it was is just I would get this overwhelming sense of just awfulness, and it was hard to breathe, and it was stressful and awful. Well, as I got older, I learned that this was anxiety and depression and all that fun stuff. But back then, it used to be something that wasn't really talked about at all. And so I had no idea what it was. And it was scary. And I would call my mom crying and say, I have the bad feeling. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why. Nothing caused it. As I became an adult, I realized that it was just anxiety. So anyway, as I've gotten older, I have come up with my own ways to cope with this anxiety and to, make it more sufferable. But I decided that I want to share the ways that I cope with my anxiety in hopes that maybe I'll help someone else out there that's just like me. So here we go. So first things is sleep. I'm a firm believer that sleeping, your 8 hours or whatever every night is extremely, extremely important. Your body needs to rest. It needs to feel recuperated. That is probably the number one way that you're going to be able to have energy throughout your day to get the things done that you need to get done. It is so important. So whether that means, setting an alarm for when you need to go to bed or when you need to wind down, and setting an alarm to make sure that you wake up and you're not sleeping in. Personally, especially if I'm suffering from anxiety or depression, I feel like I tend to oversleep, and that's almost just as dangerous because then you wake up feeling more tired. You know what I mean? But getting enough sleep is super, super important. And I know there's probably different forms of anxiety, but I get so stressed out that I lack motivation and I don't want to do anything and nothing gets done, which stresses me out more, which gives me more anxiety. So getting enough sleep is extremely, extremely important to me. Second thing is that I tend to want to take, this makes me sound so lazy now that I think about it, but I tend to want to take naps during the day when I'm stressed out, because it's like the second I feel stressed out and the second I feel anxious, I just want to shut down. And if you give in to that, you're not going to get any better. So there have been multiple occasions where I just want to take a nap, but I force myself to get up, and at first it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still tired. I still have a hard time breathing. I'm still stressing out, but I start going, and that momentum just keeps you going, and then eventually you feel a little bit better. Just kind of fake it till you make it, honestly. Just keep going until you feel better, and that helps. That's a huge thing. Another thing that I do is really spend the time on myself. I have learned that my anxiety typically comes from feeling unprepared and feeling rushed. So something I do is make sure, I have enough time to get ready. I have enough time to take my time showering, take my time getting ready, let my hair air dry, take care of myself, and really feel prepared. Show up to work a little bit early so I have time to settle in, maybe get some sweet tea on my way to work, just things that make you happy, not feeling rushed, feeling prepared. That is so important to me. Another thing, and this is probably going to be so obvious, but, taking care of your body. And I have learned, I'm not going to lie, I go up and down when it comes to being really good about taking care of myself and watching what I put in my body, and really bad about it. And when I'm bad, and I'm a server, so when I get off work super late and I go get, Wendy's or something, that I feel like crap. Honestly, I feel really crappy, and that, adds to my anxiety. But when I take the time to, really care about what I'm putting in my body and making sure I drink a lot of water and making sure that, my caffeine intake is controlled, I'm not drinking a bunch of caffeine before I go to bed and stuff like that, it really does make a huge difference. It really does, because your body is going to react to what you're putting in it. So you can't be shocked when you're eating a bunch of crap and you feel like crap. The correlation makes sense to me, So that's probably one of the most obvious things, is just paying attention to what your body's craving and what your body needs, and really taking care of yourself. And it all comes down to really just taking care of yourself, because you are your caregiver, you know? No one's going to take better care of you than you, and you can't expect your body to do all these great things and get rid of all these anxiety issues by itself without your help. That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, and then another thing that personally helps me, and I mean, this could differentiate with how your body is, but another thing that helps me is taking vitamins. And I typically take fish oil. I take 5-HTP, which is a precursor to serotonin, so that helps if you're having like weird levels with your serotonin. And I take a B stress complex vitamin, which is like B12 and B7, and basically those are like the energy vitamins. And I kind of felt like they weren't doing anything, but I've noticed that every time I call my mom and I'm saying that I'm anxious and I have the bad feeling, her first question that she always asks me is, are you taking your vitamins? And I will say 9 out of 10 times when I'm having an anxiety attack or freaking out, my answer is no, I'm not taking my vitamins. And she says, well, why aren't you? And I don't know. I think it's a cycle of you take them and then you start to get better, and then you feel like you don't need them anymore because you're feeling better. So you forget to take them, and then you get worse, and then you need them again. You know what I mean? And I don't think that I rely on them, but I think that it helps so much to keep my body in check, especially when I know that me personally, I lack a lot of B vitamins, the energy vitamins, and that's where I can tend to get depressed and my anxiety can tend to take over, you know? And then probably the last thing to help with anxiety or depression especially is to do whatever you can in the moment to make everything better. Whether that's lighting candles, getting out of bed, folding a bunch of laundry. For some reason, folding laundry and doing laundry is like the number one thing that makes me feel better. Or cleaning my house, giving your dog a bath, going on a walk, going grocery shopping. For some reason, going to the grocery store, I live on my own, going to the grocery store is like the most productive feeling for me. I don't know if it's because I hate going to the grocery store. I don't know what it is, but if I'm feeling down, I go to the grocery store. I don't know why, but it makes me feel great. And, painting your nails, doing a face mask, doing something productive to make you feel better. Clean out your car. Clean out your car. If you're feeling stressed, clean out your car. You will feel like a new human being. I don't know why, but it's better than sitting around doing nothing, you know? Listen to happy music. Just give everything to your body you can, your body and your brain and your heart. That will make you feel better. And for me, it is huge. It is life-changing. I am a completely different person than I was a year ago when I was suffering from extreme anxiety and depression. And I am so much happier now that I understand what it is. I understand that a lot of people have it in different forms of it, and I can control it, you know? If I get the bad feeling, I can do things to maybe not fix it, but make it bearable, make me still happy. And that is huge. It is huge to understand your body and to do what you can to make yourself feel better. So overall, I hope this helps somebody, because I needed this video probably a year ago. And I know there's tons of videos like this, and some of it may not even be, helpful at all, but it's what works for me. So hopefully it'll help for somebody else out there. So thank you for watching. We'll see what video I put out next.